right, so we'll just have to keep it tight.
All right.
All right. All right. Here we go.
All right.
All right. Well, my name is Gus. I'm Gus Ortiz, the KW Commercial Director and productivity coach here at our market center. This is the Ortiz Anomaly podcast, and this is David Colby, president of the South Lake Chamber.
Yes.
And we're here to just have a conversation. So you guys are going to be a fly on the wall while David and I have a conversation. I'm going to need you guys to keep it down while we have an adult conversation over here about just all kinds of stuff. So I was really happy that you were willing to join me today to just have a conversation. There's a lot going on in the world, and being a part of the chamber, I would imagine you have a pretty keen pulse on what's happening sort of with local businesses, and what are they thinking, what their concerns are, and stuff like that. We just got through the elections, and different people have different thoughts about where it's going to go. What I'm interested in hearing is what have you been seeing over the last, let's say, couple years as it relates to just what's going on with businesses, business owners, and what are they thinking? What kind of concerns have you been hearing with all the businesses that you currently?
Well, we've been very blessed here in South Lake County.
Yeah.
Of all the places in the country, this is one of the premier places to do business. Mm-hmm. So we've seen a lot of growth. So I think we're very fortunate, and for a lot of reasons. One of the things that brings a lot of people here, including myself, is the weather.
Yeah.
I got out of upstate New York 8 years ago.
Okay.
And came down here, and just a beautiful area, outdoor climate year round, and being able to do that. And we're attracting a lot of people. So in some places where the weather is a little tougher, the tax environment is a little tougher.
Sure.
New York itself, it's tough place for business. They're losing population, they're losing businesses, and a lot of people from the Northeast, from the Midwest, and from South Florida are ending up here. It's a nice environment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of outdoor things to do, and a great business environment. And I think people want to be part of a growing community.
Sure.
So we've seen a lot of that. So I think we're fortunate. We're blessed to be able to do that and to be here. So I think there was a lot of excitement with new businesses coming in and what that means. We have a very interesting mix of old and new businesses. We had a big event last night, our Taste of South Lake, and you have new and old businesses.
That's cool.
We had about 30 businesses, about 30 restaurant businesses to do tastings, and just within that you have some old established businesses like the Claremont Oyster Bar. They've been here a long time, do a great job, and
they're like a standard.
They've been here for many years.
Yeah.
And then on the other end you have Amore, who's a very new business.
Yeah.
They do a great job. So our job at the chamber is to bring these people together, whether you've been here for many years or you're brand new, and bringing people together, having the population of our area, be able to discover these businesses, and for all of them to develop connections, learn how to grow. But it's just been an awesome place to be for me. It's been exciting. We're growing our chamber membership base. We have now about 925 businesses that are members of the Chamber of Commerce, and we try to provide a lot of opportunities. So
that's awesome.
So through events and plus one-on-one meetings with people, making connections. So I think everybody universally, no matter which side of the issues you were on for any candidate, I mean, people are happy to be through the elections.
Sure,
and
absolutely. Now we at least know.
Yeah. So we know what your preferences were at the city, the county, the state, or the federal level.
Yeah.
We're moving forward, and I think we're really positioned well to do that here.
Yeah.
In Florida and Lake County, we have a very supportive business environment. We have officials at all levels of government that are pro business. So for me, sometimes I hear people complain, and people are justified and they're concerned, but I also look at it through the lens of being in a place that's not pro business.
Sure.
And really what we have here is unique and and special. One of the really cool things I think about this community is it welcomes people in.
Yeah.
Some other places, I was born in New England, and unless you were born there, you're kind of an outsider.
Interesting.
But we have so many people that are new, so we all. The majority of us know what it's like to be new.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny about that is that it's almost a meme, right? It's almost like an ongoing joke that to actually find a person who is from the local area is an anomaly.
Yes.
Right. Like that's like you're an extinct person. Like you're an endangered species, right? To have someone who's actually born and raised locally, typically people are coming from other places and they're actually emigrating here.
It is really cool when you do connect with people who've been here a long time and they're excited about the growth.
For sure.
The folks at Lake Catherine Farms, they've been on that farm.
I love Lake Catherine. That's awesome.
Doing things there for over 100 years. It's been a multi-generation family business, and that brings people in, and they're connecting with some other people that are brand new. So it is kind of this melting pot of businesses of all different ages. We're getting more and more diversity, which is great. I met with some folks the other day from Miami, and they're moving up. They're establishing an insurance agency here, very cool. And they want to be here, and they love it. And South Florida, is getting super crowded.
I escaped South Florida in 2007, and I say that like that's how I phrase the way that I left there. Like I literally feel like I escaped what that world was down there, because I had lived in South Florida for over 20 years. So and by the time I was at the end of my at about 20-year mark, I was like, I need to get the heck out of here.
Right.
And that was like maybe that was like 15 years ago. So I go down there now, and I'm not an anxious person, but I find that when I drive to South Florida and I get into the South, like I feel like once I kind of clear the the West Palm Beach line, all of a sudden my grip on my steering wheel gets tight, and I'm like real nervous about driving down. Like it's interesting. I'm not typically that kind of person, but I get anxiety when I go to South Florida. So it's a nutty place, man.
So people we're finding more and more people, they kind of want to get away from that environment. They like the hills and the lakes and things like that. And the same thing, people up in the Midwest and the Northeast, and plus the weather and the economy plays a big part. I have some folks that have moved from California. California's a tough place.
That is a tough place
to do business, for
sure.
So we're happy to have people from all over the place and building on the diversity of businesses. We're engaged in an event called Sips and Salsa, and it's really, really great because we reach out a lot to the Hispanic population. We advertise on Telemundo, and we get people from all over.
No, it's a huge event. I've been to it. It's fantastic. And so you guys do a great job with that.
And as a community, we're trying to embrace that diversity. That it makes it a kind of a rich cultural area. For a bit when I was just out of college, I lived outside of Harvard Square, and it was like so cool and energizing to go there because not everybody looks like me. There's all these there, and I think there's an energy with that.
Sure.
And the people from all different cultures, and so we're starting to see that here. So I think that's really cool, and have communities that are embracing that is super cool.
So I get a lot of people are nervous. People talk to me; they're nervous about what's happening with the economy and what could happen and all these different elements. And one of the things in real estate, I get a chance to see at the ground level, like who's moving in and who's moving out, right? So it allows me to kind of get a sense of like what's happening with businesses. One of the reasons why I had asked that initial question was because one of the things that I have been seeing is counter to what we've been seeing, I think, in other markets, which is we're seeing a lot of new businesses that are kind of coming into the fray, which is really interesting. And then we're also seeing a lot of existing businesses that are in their like year 5, year 6 that are expanding. So we are I'm definitely seeing the growth. I was wondering to see is that something that you're seeing too? And it sounds like that is also the case.
Quite a bit, and I think there's some cool things that are happening. food businesses say, since we're just talking about their
might as well.
South,
yeah.
Right? But one of the cool things that we have happening is in downtown Claremont. There's some different properties down there. So three, you have Montrose Street Market, you have the West Side Market, and you have the Downtown Exchange.
Yeah.
And small businesses are able to grow in that environment.
I love that. Yeah.
So it's really been kind of an incubator for businesses.
For sure.
So traditionally, if you want to start a restaurant business, you need to go out and do a brick and mortar. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. But now for hundreds of dollars a month, you can set up
like almost like business. A kiosk.
Yeah, and you have your stall, and it's a draw for people because there's all these different things. So you can go in. So I'll go to one of those locations. I won't know what I want to eat, but I walk in. I'm like, that looks.
I got options, right?
Or I can bring somebody with me and like, all right, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna have a cheesesteak, and then we're like, you know what? I feel like tacos or a burger today, or some sushi. So it's kind of cool. But what I've seen is businesses be able to grow.
Yeah.
So they get to a certain point, and they're like, all right, well now I'm going to grow. But it's a way for them to build that base, to figure out their operations. So Timon Boba is a great example.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love
Juliana went to the exchange, and she was there for a little bit. I remember doing her ribbon cutting.
Yeah.
And then she decided to grow. So she went over and took a whole storefront connected to the West Side Market,
right.
and then she was successful there, and she's like, all right, well now I'm going to open some other things. So she has multiple Timon Boba.
That's awesome.
And then she has the main squeeze, and she has the wave, and she has all these different.
She's starting to really expand.
Right, but as an entrepreneur, she'd be able to move it along. Everything local that she brought some partners in with is a great local business. So we're seeing stuff like that. Costa Nostra is a great little Italian deli place in over the West Side Market, and they are growing. So they're going to be now at the corner where the old music store was at the corner of West.
I see them doing the development.
And so I mean they're so they
were perfect location.
They were able to grow. Sud Saloon, which is down in the downstairs of Montrose Street Market.
Yeah.
They've been very successful being in that location, and now they're going to go to an independent storefront. So you see these businesses that are getting some experience building the business and then growing. Because traditionally you had to do one of two things. You're like, I gotta get into a brick and mortar, which can be.
And now you got to get into a big building. It's only you, right? No, I totally get it.
Or get a food truck, and that's a possibility, but that's not an inexpensive type thing. So
it has its own challenges for sure.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of businesses, expand like that, and also some smaller businesses.
Yeah.
There's some office suites around that people can kind of grow their business
for sure,
then expand. But to be in an office space surrounded by other small business people, and then take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of that, which is really exciting because it starts out with one person in a dream.
Yeah.
And how do you
build
grow
from there,
incrementally. So that's a lot of fun. There's a lot of energy around that, and people who kind of go in different directions.
One of the things that I've been seeing also is the Claremont Groveland corridor is growing in like leaps and bounds. We're seeing a lot of development along that corridor. And I think that between that and then now, next year is when they're going to be breaking ground on the roundabout. The bypass, the downtown Groveland bypass, where Groveland will now be able to have sort of its own downtown area. I think that's going to be a game changer. There's so many people who are moving into the area, and they don't really have a lot to do over there. So they're having to like squeeze into other things that are in surrounding towns. And that downtown Groveland area seems like they're going to be able to see a lot of benefit from that bypass, because then they'll be able to do festivals and close down roads.
It will bring all that truck traffic around. So right now, if you're downtown Groveland, there's a lot
dangerous.
of 18-wheelers that roll through there. So we'll bring that traffic out and around, and we'll be able to develop more as a traditional downtown. And you're already starting to see it.
You are absolutely.
We have some members that have done some
really cool things.
and so Timon, Boba, they did a location down there. There's an ice cream place that's a member of ours. There's a new liquor store down. Like there's all these things that they're coming because they see what the future is, and it's going to be a more walkable downtown. And it has some great bones. What I love about these being from the Northeast and having more historical buildings, I love going to the downtown areas because like there's some really cool buildings. And it's a great place for people to gather, and that's where community gathers a lot. There's a lot of festivals downtown Claremont, and now on any given Friday or Saturday night, people are coming downtown. They want to go to restaurants and shops and things like that. So I see them as a hub and reasons to keep people here. That I'm told years back that people are like, well, if we want to go out on a Friday night, we have to go to Winter Garden or go to Orlando.
There's a trek.
But now you can stay in your own community. So there's a lot of energy with that.
Absolutely.
We now have some breweries. There's a new axe throwing place, Excalibur. It just opened, and there's all kinds of entertainment there, and food and drink. So they're having more things in the community, keeping people local, and that really does support. I was talking to the owner of Sun Creek last night at our event, and when people do stay downtown and they support the businesses and come to the festivals, that really supports people that live in our community.
Oh, for sure.
Those are that
local economy is so super powerful.
Servers and all these people that are working. So I mean, it's wages for a lot of people, and that's what you're supporting when you stay local. So that's really cool.
So what we so there are a number of different moving parts that are happening. They're actively. It seems like 2025 is going to be a year where we're going to be seeing a lot of, I think, bigger blocks of activity happening. So you have the bypass that's happening in Groveland. You have Mineola, which they're essentially developing their own downtown, is effectively what they're doing. So they've already started that process, right? You have the villages that kind of bought down into really close to Groveland. So that's going to be a huge population that's going to be coming in from the north side. That's going to be both attracting business both to Groveland, Claremont, Mineola, and Leesburg. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. And, retirees, for the most part, that are coming to those areas, typically they have a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times they'll have like legacy pensions or, they have some income that is disposable for them to be able to go to restaurants and go do things outside and support the local economy, which is kind of cool. So I'm really super excited about what that means for us, because not only does that the retirement community in and of themselves are a market that can bring business, but they also bring a lot of the healthcare businesses over as well. So we're seeing a lot more clinics that are opening up, a lot more doctors' offices that are expanding into new spaces, which is really interesting to see. So I do feel like Central Florida, specifically our area, has so much opportunity for growth. We're really set up really well to continue to grow. And this doesn't even touch on what's happening on the Space Coast, right? With with what Elon Musk and all the other like rocket travel activities that are happening. That I mean, we know that we're seeing a lot of activity as it relates to like aerospace, advanced manufacturing that's coming here. There's a lot of developers that are starting to come here, like a lot of companies that do like development, and like AI is now becoming a bigger thing, which is going to require like data centers and stuff like that. So we're starting to get inquiries about like whether or not Orlando might be a good place to expand on data centers, which you got the Space Coast there doing all kinds of stuff. I'm sure that's going to be a thing that they're going to continue to do. So I feel like there's a lot of really solid work opportunities for people to come here for, right? So there's and that's what business brings, which is what I really love about the chamber is like your businesses come, but then the chamber I feel like is a conduit to get those businesses to kind of understand what the dynamics of the rest of the other business environment looks like, so that you guys can help be that like connective tissue, right, between businesses, which is one of the things that I really love about having an organization like a Chamber of Commerce. And you've done just a phenomenal job with the way that you and your team with developing the Chamber of Commerce. How long have you been with the Chamber now?
So I've been here 8.5 years. I came in the spring of 2016.
Okay.
So we were, looking for a change. We had a good life in upstate New York, and my wife went to college in Florida.
Okay.
So we were talking about maybe maybe coming south, and this opportunity came up.
Okay.
So we decided to move our family down here
Yeah.
and enjoy it. And just the change that we've seen in 8 years has been tremendous.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And from the time I came here, going downtown Claremont and driving through downtown Grove, I'm like, it has such potential.
Oh, right.
To be something
It was
great.
like it was like a nothing. Like it was like crickets at nighttime when I first 2007. Like it was like you go out there and like by 3:30, like the town was empty. There was nothing. Yeah. There's nothing going on, and you're like, man, there's nothing to happen here.
I did it when the first year I was here. I did a little exercise. Our offices are in the Claremont City Center.
Yeah.
We rent space from the city.
Yeah.
And so on Friday after work, I would go out the front door and I would walk down West Montrose Street to West Street and just go down. And I was like, man, this place could be so cool. But I could walk all the way down to West Street and back and not see a person.
Right.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you drive through like on a Tuesday night and there's people and there's
active. Yeah.
So activity brings other things in there.
Yeah.
Over in Mineola, I think with Crooked Can coming there, that's like a fun thing. It's going to be 42,000 square feet. They're going to have this large hall. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring people in, and not travel out, and that spurs other businesses.
For sure.
It has a growth impact for other things, and then it makes people realize, well, I wanna be here.
Yeah.
We have a neighbor, and they came to the presentation we did in Mineola, and they heard all the cool things. So they actually sold their house to our neighbor. Like, it's going to be awesome up there. So they bought across the street from where the brewery's going. They're like this is going to be the hub of that. This is where we want to be. And so it kind of spurs some economic activity and having fun things and have it be a real destination.
Yeah.
I just had a friend contact me from New York, and he's now become a Florida resident living in the villages. He's like, oh, Claremont's cool.
Yeah,
there's all this stuff. I want to come down to Claremont and do these things. So so it's really a lot of fun. It is about managing growth. That we want to have good growth, and we want to have the types of stuff that we want. Right. Traffic is always an issue.
Sure.
We want to have good paying jobs and so we need to have stuff that works for the community.
Sure.
But I can tell you that managing growth piece is a lot more fun than the fighting decline. Because where I was in upstate New York, you're trying to keep businesses from leaving. They're like, and everybody, every light manufacturer, every type of business, people are trying to pull them away. And when taxes are so high and the weather's bad, and the infrastructure, when you have old decaying infrastructure, and
that makes it difficult.
I had a friend who ran a distribution center up there, and he's like, the pipes break all the time, and we don't have water, and so when you have that old decaying infrastructure, and plus the seasons contribute to that
for sure.
So down here we're really lucky that we don't have a lot of those issues, and we have kind of a blank slate and
you get to build those in. A lot of times they're getting built in. So just a quick question, and because I think a lot of people don't necessarily understand the full scope of what it is a chamber does for a business. And I think I would really like you to kind of explain, if I wasn't, if our market center was not part of the chamber, right? And, there are, obviously there's a cost to be a part of the chamber. What do you feel is the key elements that the chamber brings to an individual business that would make them like, oh yeah, this is totally worth it?
So really, the big picture is a chamber does collectively with businesses the things that's hard to do on their own. Whether that is having gatherings, networking, we bring it all together. So we can do that in the way of events and meeting folks. We also do that when there's a piece of legislation, something we need to take a position on, where we bring the collective voice of business. So we're bringing you into a group that you can connect with.
Gotcha.
And really, it's up to the individual business how much they want to connect. We have some people that are super active in the chamber. They come to multiple events every week, and then there's other people. Well, they kind of pick and choose what they want to do. But it's the whole idea is about being part of a larger group that can help promote your business.
Yeah.
So what I've seen over the years, and I've been working with chambers of commerce since 1991.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they join. I want to boost my business. I want to get connected, and I join the chamber, and that's definitely part of it. You can definitely grow your business.
For sure. Yeah.
Talking to some folks and Mark from Mark's Florist, he said, when he was first getting going, joined the chamber and helped him really, really grow his business. And he has a mature business now. But getting in, connecting, and finding other resources and
partners and stuff like that.
And having, but the thing that a lot of people find, it's not the reason that they join, but it connects them to a larger community, and it gives them resources. So they're able to find, all right, I need an accountant, I need an attorney, I need a plumber, I need right. Finding those things, and then also being knowledgeable about what is out there. So you're more knowledgeable as a business person connected with the chamber. So when somebody comes to you and says, Gus, I'm looking for this type of business, well, you have and it's
a resource. Now I'm a resource for others, right?
Yeah, that you can be, which puts people in a better position. That's a better position for you than being like, I don't know, I know real estate, I don't know anything else.
Right.
So there's on many different levels, but people can become as involved as they want.
Okay.
And because we have, it is the friendliest community and the friendliest chamber I've ever been part of, because I think what I was saying before, that there's a lot of people are new and everybody's welcoming. So and just at 8 years, I'm feeling like a little bit of an old timer. Like there's so many new people. So it's a place to connect. It's a place to grow your business and find those resources. So I always tell people that the chamber staff, there's a 4-person chamber staff, and think of us as an extension of your business. So if you're looking to solve a problem, you're not really sure where to go, we can connect you, whether that's with another business, that's with an elected official, that's trying to help people find solutions to their problems. There's a lot of things that you face, in some simple things. Somebody contacted us recently and they're like, oh my gosh, we're traveling in a week. And I can't get my passports to, paid to get it expedited, and I'm not, so, okay, we'll make a phone call. We'll connect you with somebody at the congressman's office. And then
there you go. Okay. So that's interesting, because most people don't think of the chamber in that capacity. They think only like strictly business and don't think about like the connectivity that you guys have with the local, like political, I would say infrastructure that's available, that I think a lot of people don't understand that a congressman and representatives are available to assist us as the people, right? And we don't think that that's a thing, like that. Oh, that's talking to my congressman, do I really do that? And there are a lot of people who don't understand that that's a possibility, right? And I love that you're mentioning that here, because whenever I talk to anyone about like joining the chamber, the first thing they think about is, well, that's just a business element, and there's whatever, maybe they have limiting beliefs about what the chamber can do. And I share a lot of what you kind of talk about, of like the advantages of the chamber. Like you get a chance to connect and then become a resource, and you can be a resource. You could be the resource of resources and stuff like that. And but it didn't dawn on me that you also have connectivity with sort of that local political infrastructure that could benefit people as well, which is really interesting. I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah, and people want to have connections, and they want to know how to navigate the process. Recently, there was a business like, well, we're trying to grow our business, and we need to know what the needs of government are. So I connect them with the city manager, out there, and we're able to like, okay, well, these are the different things. So people, they're experts in their business and what they do, but they don't know how to do these.
These you can kind of give them some guidance as to, oh, you need to talk to this person.
So that's awesome. At the city level, we have a lot of relationships at every level of government. So we try to work with them and partner with them and help people get what they want, what they need. And have access. Also, coming to some of our chamber events gives you access to folks. So, if you wanted to say, I need to go meet with the CEO of the hospital. I mean, if you go knock on the door at the
it's probably gonna be difficult.
It's going to be hard.
He's
busy. but there's events, if you were to come to our chamber breakfast, that we have a lot of CEOs,
Sure.
a lot of elected officials,
Yeah.
and these different, so you have access to these people, and
Yeah.
and can connect with them. And and people make friendships, and
Yeah.
they develop these relationships, and it's all about how we support each other.
Yeah.
So it does give people exposure to your business,
Yeah.
and lets them know what your business is, but it also lets you know, okay, this is our greater community. These are people who
Right.
can help. And I've been really impressed since I've got here, how many people will support other businesses.
Oh, sure.
That people want to do business with who they know and who they like.
Sure.
And if there's whatever the service is, if you need something, well, I'm gonna go with the person that
I know and like. Yeah.
I know and like, and I can trust. So
Yeah.
just recently with one of the storms, I had some roof damage,
Mhm.
and so I contacted the person that I've developed a relationship and trust. I'm like, hey, and he's not a roofer; he's kind of a general contractor, but he has people that
Sure.
do roofing stuff. So I contacted him and say, hey, can you come over and I just want
Yeah.
your opinion, and I trust him, and he went up and he walked my roof, and he's like, all right, well, this is what you need. So
Yeah.
I felt really
Yeah.
good about that, and that's a similar thing with other
Yeah.
other businesses.
It sounds, and this is kind of just coming to me now. I mean, the way that we're having this conversation, it really sounds a lot like the Chamber of Commerce acts almost as a division, almost like a business development component to each individual business, right? Where you have these events that allows you to network and connect with other people and be able to meet other people to potentially do business.
Mm-hmm.
You have these ability to connect with to, let's say, the city, to improve your business and kind of develop relationships with
Mm-hmm.
people at the city level or congressional level or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be. And and you, as a member, I also get to be able to assist others with whatever challenges, or if I need something, right, to be able to,
Mm-hmm.
to fix
Mm-hmm.
a thing, or I need marketing for this, or I need printing for that, or whatever the case may be, I can connect with someone in there. So it seems like it's almost like an extension of it's almost like a business development extension of your business, and the cost of that by comparison is so negligible. If you paid somebody to do what you guys do, you would the difference in cost would be
I think it's a great value.
Oh, sure.
If I could pay somebody, we have 6 different tiers of membership at our entry level, and we don't upsell people, like, just come in.
Yeah.
But I often think if I could give somebody $295 to do all this stuff for me, it's a pretty good deal.
No, it's an awesome deal. Yeah, absolutely.
And we are a membership organization.
Sure.
Right? So we work for our members. A lot of times people think, well, the chamber is like part of government. A lot of times people don't really know what chambers of commerce
Mm-hmm.
are and do. I always joke that my parents think I hand out maps, Chamber of Commerce. Not really sure. My dad likes that I work for the chamber. I'm not sure he knows exactly what I do.
That's all right.
But as a membership organization, we're here to support. People will benefit who aren't members, the work that we do and trying to create a good environment.
Yeah.
But as far as being in our network, that's how we exist and operate. We're a 501c6 organization,
Mm-hmm.
so we're a not-for-profit. We're different than a lot of the nonprofits. Most of the nonprofits you see in the community, they're charitable. They're
Mm-hmm.
501c3s, which are greater good.
Yeah.
While I think a lot of what we do is greater good, we really work on behalf of this group of businesses that should pay us membership to. So those are the people that you're a member of the chamber. I give everybody my business card that has my cell phone on it. And it's about access and
sure.
and whatever it is. And I welcome people. If you need something, you can call or text me anytime, and we'll try to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being part of this group. You have the 4 chamber staffers as a resource, but then you also have the broader group as a resource as well.
Now, do you pay attention at all to what's happening sort of with economics as it relates to national or international? Do you?
Yeah, and we're linked in, with other organizations. We certainly belong to some organizations. We have an American Chamber of Commerce group that we're independent and we don't have a formal relationship. A lot of people, we even have some people who have been members of us for years. They think, oh well, we're just like we're like a
like an arm,
local,
like
but
I see.
we do work with them and belong to some associations and exchange information. But we're our own independent organization. Or a lot of times people are like, oh, the U.S. Chamber, so you're like the local branch, but we're not. We're totally independent.
Gotcha. Okay. And so do you guys, when you go to those other organizations and you guys have, I'm sure you guys have conversations about what's happening in the economy and stuff like as it relates to the national economy. Yeah. Are there any trends that that you guys have talked about that are I think are important for like your local business owner to just be aware of, that we should be paying attention to?
Yeah, I mean, it's about trying to plug people into to resources. It is interesting how different regions of the country are.
For sure.
It's amazing that you have some regions are growing and blossoming, and some
are really struggling.
Really struggling. But in general, things that are going on and how you support businesses in all environments.
Yeah.
But what are the resources? What are the things that you can bring to your businesses? How can you make them aware and point them to some of the things that are happening? But we pay really close attention to the things that impact our region, but in general. But I think no matter where you are in the country and the things going on, it's about being engaged and try to leverage information. And we do provide information as well that we have our Business Accelerator series and making people aware of the latest information and what is out there. So there are some greater economic trends, but the majority of our work is really local economy work. It's connecting people to what are the resources here. So we do look all levels, city, county, state, and federal, but the majority of the
your focus
is on the local, and that's really where we can make a difference.
Sure.
And we have some members, they're active with NFIB and other groups, which is great to be plugged into the national. But really the big difference that we can make is those local connections.
Yes, I totally get that.
Trying to grow.
So you mentioned a Business Accelerator. Is that a program?
Yeah, it's a once a month on the last Friday of the month. We have a seminar and talking about different things, different business issues, a wide variety, and that's an opportunity for our members to come and share their expertise.
Now, is that all businesses?
It's for our members, and we only have our members present.
I gotcha.
And mostly what the people who come to our events, they're mostly our members because that's who we promote to. But we do welcome, for all of our chamber programs, we welcome people from the outside, and that's an area where some chambers differ. Like I know of some chambers out there like, no, unless you're a member of ours, you can't come to an event. And we open it up. We're like, hey, if you're not a member, that's fine. You can come to two.
Get you a chance to see what are you going to get by being part of the member, right?
You can come to 2 or 3 things. And what we have found is that most of the time when people come and they connect and they meet people, like, all right, now I get it. So we have a very high percentage of people that join once they come to things. But we take the approach. We're not a hard sell. We don't we're here. We're a resource, but we're not gonna really push you to join.
Right.
We get a lot of our members through referrals, and people. The majority of people will call us and say, hey, I talked to so-and-so and they think I should be part of the chamber. So then they'll come in, we'll sit down with them, talk about their business, what they can do to plug in, and just find out what their need is. A lot of the newer businesses, it's awareness, and knowing that people are there. So the restaurant I mentioned earlier, Amore, which is one of our favorites, and I try to be there most Wednesdays, having dinner with my wife. They're fairly new, and I talked to the owner at the end of our event last night, and the thing that a lot of people said, where are you? Like, they don't, so people don't know where some of these businesses are. So we try to create these situations where we can have awareness, so people can know about them, or and learn more and connect. So
gotcha.
So
now, are there? I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just a quick question, because you guys have you guys do so many different things. In your experiences, has there been any particular like programs or events that you feel have had the biggest impact in local business community? Or is it like a culmination of everything that you've been
there's
doing?
a lot of different things, and it depends where people want to get active. The thing that I always encourage people to come to as their first event, just to kind of figure out, just get to know some people and connect and figure out the power of networking and what we have to offer, is I always encourage people to come to our First Friday Chamber
Awesome
Connection.
event. Yeah, I love it.
Structured networking.
Yeah.
We sit you at a table with 6 other people. Everybody talks about their business for 2 minutes. You go around, hand out business cards, and then you move to another table.
Yeah.
And another table after that. So it's a real good introduction, and getting you to meet some people.
Yeah.
And I like that as an intro, because then when you come to an after hours, you come to a breakfast,
you've already met a bunch of people.
You don't feel like you're walking in. And I think that's the fear of a lot of people. It's like, I'm going to walk into a room, I'm not gonna know a soul.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna feel awkward. So we try to get people engaged. Of course, we are there to welcome people. We have a group called our ambassadors.
Yes. Yeah.
And they welcome people. So we try to make it a very comfortable situation,
environment. Yeah.
So we try to have an environment that's professional but fun.
That's awesome.
We don't want it to be stuffy. I do go to some other chambers in the general area, and I go to some of their events, and I just hate that stuffy feeling.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my gosh, it's not fun. It's not comfortable. So we try to create that environment. We certainly want to be professional, but we want it to be fun.
Yeah.
And we want it to be lighthearted, that it's just an easy environment, that you're comfortable, you're able to meet people.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you guys have any plans for anything like strategically that you guys have been talking about to continue in your growth or anything like that?
I'd like to. We're starting to look at the next year in our budget, and one of my goals is to try to get to that 1,000 member mark.
Oh, okay.
So
now, where did you guys start?
When I came here, we were roughly about 600 businesses. So it's been
progressively
incremental growth, and getting more people involved and engaged. So I look forward to that, and having that growth, but still keeping that friendly hometown feel. I mean, we in our chamber universe, we're what is referred to as a hometown chamber.
Yeah.
That it's that chamber that's very welcoming, that is engaged with a lot of local activities, and has a high percentage of local businesses.
Gotcha.
That belong. Not everybody is a joiner. A lot of people don't join things no matter what. And we're not for everyone, but we have an awful lot of businesses that are part of us, and you really decide. It's your choice. How much do you want to get involved? So they can come in and meet with us. We have something called our new member orientation. So once a month they come in, they get to meet the chamber staff, they meet some other fellow new members. Just from meeting people like that, we've seen some great relationships grow.
That's awesome.
People are trying to figure out how they work together. So it's really we don't try to be like a one size fit all. It's what does this mean to you? How are you engaged? We also really stress that it is a corporate membership. So it's not just like one individual. It's not like I was a member of a Rotary Club for a lot of years, and that's one person. Like that's the person who comes to the event. This is a corporate membership, so you can decide if you have multiple people. They can all come.
I got you. Yeah.
Husband and wife. And then they have an employee, like whoever, anybody,
someone who represents the organization.
Anybody is welcome to come. So that's the type of environment that we try to have.
That's awesome. Okay. So if somebody was interested in wanting to learn more about the chamber and was thinking about joining but not sure, what would you what's the best way to get access to you guys to find out more information?
Sure. Well, if you just want to look at some information, South Lake Chamber of Commerce, look at our website.
Okay.
And you can kind of see the different types of things that we do. But we have a full-time office.
Okay.
As I mentioned, we rent from the city in the Claremont City Center, which is at 620 West Montrose Street in Claremont.
And downtown?
Yeah, downtown. Yep. Our regular office hours are 8:30 to 5. We tend to work more hours than that, but those are our posted hours.
Okay.
Or they can call us and come on, stop by if you would want. Sometimes we're out of the office with events and things like that, but there's always somebody at the front desk, so they can call us, email us.
Awesome.
Whatever. I get a lot of inquiries through email. People go to our website and they're like, all right, and then they just send you a message.
Gotcha.
So whatever people's preferred method of contact, we're pretty easy to get a hold of. If somebody wants us to go out and see them, we certainly can. But whatever's comfortable. Just like when people sign up, about half the people will want to fill out the paper application and about half the people, go online and do it. I'm always surprised by how many people join the chamber at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning when it comes through. So it's really whatever you're comfortable with.
I gotcha.
I've had some people call me and say, hey, want to learn more about the chamber? Can we go to a local coffee shop and meet and just have a conversation? So whatever. We try to meet people wherever they are.
Gotcha. And there's no exclusivity. You could be part of as many chambers of commerce as you want.
Absolutely. So we serve this area that we refer to as South Lake, which is Claremont, Groveland, Mascot, Mineola, Montverde, Four Corners. So it's the whole southern part of Lake County.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even exclusive to like you have to be within that parameters. We have some businesses in Orlando. We have some in Leeds, but you can be wherever. We do have major theme parks that belong to the chamber. Disney is quite engaged with the chamber.
Interesting.
And they're a great partner, and they have a lot of employees out this way, and they like to do things with us. Universal is a member of ours, and they have a bunch of employees this way. So
and I know that.
Yeah, so you don't have to be in, but the majority of our businesses and the majority of people who are in the chamber probably are in Claremont, because it's the biggest population of businesses.
That makes sense.
We have over 60 businesses in Groveland that are members of ours. Growing number up in the Mineola area.
Yeah.
So they're really from all over. So we define our service area, but you can
be outside. I gotcha. Very cool. Okay. Well, I just I want to make sure that if anyone had any questions, they know how to reach out to you guys.
If you want a phone number, it's 352 394 4191.
Awesome. Okay. Well, our organization is part of the chamber. I come to events whenever I get an opportunity, and I love what you guys do for the community of businesses. All I hear is really great stuff from other businesses. So my experience seems to be reflective of what other business owners are seeing and hearing. So and experiencing. So that's a testament to you and your team. So I appreciate you coming out and chatting with us and everything that you do for the community. So thank you so much. All right. So, hey, this is David Colby with president of the South Lake Chamber. And thank you for coming out. If you guys like what you're hearing, please make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you like. If you want to hear about anything else, or if you have any additional questions for me or for Mr. Colby over here, please make sure you comment below, and we'll make sure we get an answer to you. If you're not sure how to get in touch with David, for whatever reason, because you couldn't remember the number he just finished saying, or the website that he shared with us, please make sure you leave a comment, and I'm happy to get you guys in contact. Okay. So I thank you for your time. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.